Hey guys, how's it going? Josh here, and today we're going to talk about kind of how the whole James Gunn situation has affected Avengers 4, the future of Guardians of the Galaxy, and maybe other franchises. The obvious with Guardians of the Galaxy is that it has been put on hold, which is, to say the least, very unfortunate. They set up a lot with Adam Warlock, supposedly going to be in a third volume, so there's a lot of hype and a lot of excitement going into this movie, which unfortunately we may or may not see since it's on hold indefinitely, which is always a very tricky term depending on the circumstance. Getting on to Avengers 4 and how it's affected with reshoots going on after the whole James Gunn situation, Dave Bautista has hinted that the reshoots have partially left the Guardians of the Galaxy storyline more open-ended than it was before, so that Marvel can have more freedom and more flexibility with what to do with them post Avengers 4. I'm really curious about this because, as far as we know, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 could have been either a prequel taking place before Infinity War, or it could have taken place afterwards. James Gunn has done a pretty good job of keeping the Guardians of the Galaxy movies self-contained within their own little mini pocket amongst the Marvel Universe as a whole. Likely, instead of tweaking just a few lines, maybe getting a different delivery, maybe adding a different type of scene to better make a cohesive conclusion, instead of that, we're probably getting more of the Guardians are going out to space. Maybe they'll just happily ever after off in space, or they'll have another adventure. That's kind of how I'm thinking they're going to leave them off. I don't see them giving them anything drastic like killing them all off, even though Dave Bautista has kind of made it seem like maybe they will leave Drax dead. I understand Dave Bautista wants to defend James Gunn because James Gunn more or less changed his life. From his point of view, you could think of it as, James Gunn is kind of, he owes a lot to James Gunn, in his personal opinion. Then again, I don't really want to go too much into that or speak for Dave Bautista in any way, shape, or form. Getting onto other franchises that were potentially changed by the whole James Gunn stuff, now that we know they're doing certain things like reshoots for Guardians of the Galaxy, scenes in Avengers 4, and things like that, we may see Captain Marvel given a slightly different narrative amongst the greater MCU. And by that I mean, just like they do reshoots for Avengers 4 to slightly alter the Guardians of the Galaxy storyline and how that concludes, they could easily do the same thing for Captain Marvel. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did, to maybe make it so Captain Marvel, leaving off Avengers 4, is more of the prominent cosmic MCU character and influence instead of Guardians. This would be a slight change of pace because, like I said before, presumably Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was going to feature quite a bit, maybe another Celestial for all we know, but we definitely knew we were going to get Adam Warlock, who, for any fan of the Marvel Comics, knows Adam Warlock is a huge part of Cosmic Marvel. Comment below your guys' thoughts. In what way do you think, besides Avengers 4, Guardians of the Galaxy, and potentially Captain Marvel, what other future franchises do you think will be heavily affected by the whole James Gunn sequence of events? And with all that said, I'll see you guys later.